Hello, I am Theresa, and I'm excited to tell you that I have been in the financial challenge this week, Monday through, and I will be on today again, today, Friday, and I have had an exciting time. We have gained a wealth of knowledge from Rick, the wealth coach. The people that have joined seem to have done research on the common law trust before they got in. They seem to be so ambitious that they are just on fire, all of them. The questions they ask, the answers they give, and the energy that they have brought is one that I have not seen in any of the other challenges. One of the things we discussed were the laws, UIC, USC, 6033A. And we learned that humble is not passive, that our common law trust is tax free. That means it's immune from taxes. You don't delay the taxes, you don't have to pay any at all. We also learned that IRS is not a federal government, it is a private company with tax credits. In other words, it's a company that IRS that you have been afraid of, they were hired by the United States as an agency. One of the other things you need to know is that Patrick Henry created the first common law trust. And that was, you don't know Patrick Henry if you're living now. That was ages ago. One thing that you need to know is that thinking is contagious. You need to be transparently proactive. Don't have a meeting to just have a meeting. What we want to do is, in the past, thinking has been independent of collaboration. And it's very important that you collaborate in order to be successful. Everything that we do, we need to know that collaboration is a sign of growth. Your thinking might be independent, but your collaboration is interdependent. And so you can think and meditate, but then after that, we need to come together. You need to shift your trust. USC 283002 is another law we learned, Section 15. And we know that we need to stop operating as a straw man. I mentioned the straw man book, Meet Your Straw Man, to my niece, and she kind of laughed. And she said, "You mean the straw man that's on the Wizard of Oz?" And we laughed together. I said, "No, you are a straw man." And what do I mean by that? Is that you have a Social Security number. That Social Security number is monitored by the federal government. And with that Social Security number, they can trace everything that you do. They basically are able to tell you that you're going uptown, downtown, to the capital, out of town, out the country, because they're following your Social Security number. If you don't know your rights, you don't have any. And that straw man, even though we laughed about the Wizard of Oz, the straw man was controlled. He was set up on that pole because he didn't have a brain. If you look at your driver's license, all of your information, your name is written on that driver's license in all capital letters. That's another thing that signifies that you are operating as a straw man. You don't have access to the money that's created every time you use your Social Security number. Who gets it? It's the company you're using that Social Security with, the bank that you're using the Social Security with. Do not also neglect your gifts. I know I'm giving you a lot of information, but I am not going to feel like you have something that you can't use. You need to know that in order to have a trust, you need to be coachable, you need to be responsible, and you need to be able, by being responsible, to respond. Now, our tax is basically amendable, the common law trust. It's amendable, but it's not it's not revocable. It's irrevocable. That common law trust, what stands it out from any other trust, from a living trust, from any other trust. If something happens to me in the next 10 years, my family cannot come to the court and say, Judge, I need you to look at this because my sister wasn't in, my family can say, my sister, my aunt wasn't in her right mind when she created this trust. This trust is irrevocable and the judge can do nothing about it. He would just throw it back out of court and say, this trust is irrevocable, and that means it stands as it is. That's different from a living trust or any other kind of trust that you may have. We want you to know that calm comes before the storm, and we are calmly opening a common law trust. We are calmly getting away from not knowing our legal rights because we're doing research, we're learning them. We are becoming annexable. Annexable? Yeah, that was in the Black Law Dictionary. You have to be capable of being joined into a larger unit or a larger entity if you're annexable. You also have to be in a subordinate capacity when you get started. You say, oh no, I can't be subordinate. That's not me. Then you're not ready for a common law trust because you need to be taught. The reason we have the financial challenge, first of all, is because there is so much that we need to relearn. I have been an administrator for over 30 years, a teacher, educator, and altogether, I thought I learned everything I needed to learn in the math classes I was taught. I had new math, algebra, calculus. None of that taught me that the common law trust and my money was making money too slow. If you have your money in a bank account and it's not earning 4 times your money back, it's going to earn that 1% or that 2% interest. It's because you have your money standing still. Your money is not producing. Join the common law trust with us. If you haven't joined, we will have another one at the beginning of March. Join us and learn how to make your money circulate. You know there's the record called the percolator, and your money, we say, it circulates. You got to make it pay out every time you use it. I get 4 times everything I spend out of my trust back each year from that agency that you thought was the government. The IRS has to send me that money back. They send it to me in tax credits, and the tax credits are converted to cash, not to cash, to cash. I said crash and I meant cash.
Forever on vacation? How about living tax-free in 2023 and beyond? If the answer is yes to these questions, then you need to set up a common law trust. Get in touch with Theresa, known as the Sizzler. Her number is 847-921-5287. Again, that's Theresa, 847-921-5287. It's time for you to set up generational wealth.